The question that we're looking at was sent to us by Analytical. Anele, thank you for this question. It deals with two circles and a tangent. Let's see what it's asking. It says, in this diagram, the circle with the center of N has this as its equation. The circle with center M has that as its equation. So we know that these are the centers of the circles, and we've got the equations. Then they say the circles touch externally at point A. And folks, you can see there's a line that's drawn through A, which we refer to as our tangent line, where those two circles cross each other. Okay, so let's see what they ask us for 5 marks. The first question is asking us for the coordinates of N and then the coordinates of M. Okay, now for N it's easy. N we read off, folks. We are given the equation for N. So N will be the point 5 and 7, both positive. Remember, from equation to coordinate pair, here you change your signs. Don't forget to change those signs. Okay, let's look at M. For M, we have to complete the square to get it into the same form as what N was. So for the coordinates of M, we have x squared plus 4x. Now to complete the square for x squared plus 4x, we need to add 4. Now at the same time, I'm just going to kick the 28 over to the other side. And what I add to the left-hand side, I must add to the right-hand side. So that will be 4 plus y squared. Now there's no other y term over here. So this can be seen as y minus 0, all squared. Okay, and we can see it on our diagram. Our y value for our center is 0. Okay, so this becomes x plus 2 all squared plus y squared is equal to 32. Now remember, this here is the radius squared. Okay, so the center for point N would be, let's fill it in, 5 and 7. And for point M is minus 2, and because it's on the x-axis, the y value is 0. Okay, so if we need it, we know what this radius is. This radius is the square root of 32. Now 32 is 16 times 2. So this here will be 4 root 2 in its radius. Okay, let's have a look. Did we do everything perfectly? Yes. So that is 4 root 2. There's our center, there's our other center. Okay, that is the circle at N, the circle at N. Let me just move that to this side. That's this radius here. The circle for the other radius, for the other circle, is the root of 18. And that is 9, 2, so root 3, 3 times the root of 2. So what do we have? We have the distance between the points M and N. We've got our radii. Remember, you have radius squared. So those, the 18 and the 32 are squared values. If you transfer the information to your diagram, you've got to take the square root and make sure you transfer the correct radius to the correct circle. Okay, so that was for 5 marks. Now the big question. They ask us, show that this point at A, number 2, question number 2, show that the point at A has coordinates 2 and 4. Okay, so we've got to really think carefully. How are we going to approach this? We've got the distance between the two centers. We've got the coordinates of those centers, so we can find the equation of the line on which A lies. That's one approach. Or, yeah, I think let's do that. We can find the equation of the line and also solve it simultaneously with one of the circles. But you know what? We're lazy. So let's see how we can get out of this in the quickest way possible. We have to show, this is what we need to show. Okay? So let's start off and let's say, let us find the equation of mn. Now what do I have? I have 2 points. So I have y minus 0 over x plus 2 is equal to 7 minus 0 as a gradient divided by 5 minus minus 2, which will be 5 plus 2. Now folks, I'm sure you can see, this is 7 over 7. So the result, this gradient of that line is indeed 1. Okay? Don't make a sign error there. It's 5 minus minus 2, which becomes 5 plus 2. Okay, so all that's needed to do now is to clean it up a bit. Let's have a look. We've got y is equal to 1 times x plus 2. Now, what does that tell us? And folks, this is the key thing that you need to realize. If you have the equation of the line on which the point lies, the point A, then you have the coordinates of A. The coordinates of A will be x and x plus 2. The y value is x plus 2. Okay, now with that in our bag, we're going to find the distance between two of the points, the point A and M or the point A and N, one of the two. Now I'm going to choose M because it's got a 0 as a coordinate. So we're going to say, we know that AM is indeed 4 root 2. But now we're going to use the distance formula, so we square the AM value. And we know that 4 root 2 was 32. Now just go back here. Let me write the coordinates down here. M is the point minus 2 and 0. And A is this value pair that we've got over there. So x plus 2 all squared plus this y value, which is x plus 2, minus the 0 is x plus 2 all squared is equal to 32. Now please folks, don't go multiply that out. You've got two things that are identical to each other. Okay, so you've got twice the same thing. Okay, so this is going to become twice x plus 2 all squared, which is 32. Divide by 2 both sides. X plus 2 all squared is 16. So x plus 2 is equal to plus or minus 4. Sorry, folks. And then x will be minus 2 plus or minus 4. Now let's just see where A lies. A lies where x is positive. Okay, so we're going to choose our positive x value. X will therefore be 2 because x has to be positive. Now you go to the y. Here's your y. If you let x equal 2, then y is 4. Okay, so what does that mean? Means the point A is indeed 2 and 4. Now that was for 7 marks. Not so difficult. More than one way to do it. You could have taken the equation and you could have planted it into the circle, solve it simultaneously and choose the one answer. I chose to work with a relationship in the point A. Okay, the last part says, hence find the equation of the tangent at A. Now let's go back to the diagram. What did we learn here? We learned that this gradient was 1. So what do we know about this gradient? Well, they're perpendicular, so this gradient will be negative 1. We've got the point A. The point A is now the point 2 and 4. So all I need to do is put this into an equation. Okay, I've got a point and I have a gradient. So the equation of the tangent is now within reach. Okay, 2, 4, and the gradient is -1. So for the, what part? It's the third part. The equation of the tangent. What did we have? We had the gradient is -1, and we had the point a, 2, 4. So the equation of this tangent will be y minus 4 over x minus 2, which is -1. Remember, when you calculate matrics and grade 11s, if there's some of you watching, when you're calculating this, you're actually finding a gradient between a variable point xy and a fixed point that's on the diagram, and in this point is our point A. Okay, so all that's left now is to cross multiply. Y minus 4 is equal to minus x plus 2, and therefore our tangent will be minus x, that jumps over, plus 6. There's the equation of our tangent. Quite enough.